Turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shades 2, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, vibe on 10. Shade walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section. She call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want, and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let game, and back again. Say what she want, and laughs all day. Never Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right here, late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. That's right. News, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night. Shay, on Shay's too. She back again.
It's late night with Shay.
Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's too. Press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again.
It's late night with Shay.
She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's too. Press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? Happy and blessed Friday morning. Thank you guys so much for being here. This is Night Owl Talk Time with Shay Shay. And again, welcome to everybody in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay. Over here in the chat, we got Jermaine in the place to be. Thank you, Jermaine, for being here. You're probably asleep right about now, but anyway, thanks, for checking in or whatever the case is. All right, guys. All right. So tonight, guys, we're going to be talking about Kada. I told you guys about her last week. And I did tell you again about her the other day, and I'm back talking about her again regarding her reaching out for help, and she didn't get the help that she was asking for, and look what happens. Also, we're going to be talking about the shootout at McDonald's. We got some breaking news, a few viral videos to show you guys and do a reaction to, and that's going to be it. All right. So anyway, go get you something to eat. Well, not to eat, but something to drink, a relaxing seat or bed. If you are at work, continue to do your job, go watch or listen to me on the download. We're going to do that copyright disclaimer real quick. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. That entire copyright disclaimer is in my description area, and part of it is scrolling across that screen right there. All right. Guys, if you want to show support, make sure you thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notifications so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. And if you want to show additional support for this channel, feel free to do a super sticker, super chat, cash app donation at $Shades2, or copy yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and start off with this live, guys. Um, Make sure you check out my other videos, my Country Rain reaction video that I just did. If you are into Country Rain, then I got Dollar Tree hauls, shorts, and I think and just this right here. So yeah, check out my videos, or at least one or two of them. All right, and don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe and share. All right, so let's go ahead and start off this live. First thing first, let's go ahead and talk about Kadascott. Okay, so let's go ahead and change this real quick. We're gonna talk about Kada. Got so much stuff to talk about, but we can't talk about everything, so we have to pick what we want to talk about for that particular day, and then whatever else we can talk about it the next day. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn my background music on. Let's see, where is it? Okay, I don't want to put on that other music. It basically makes me want to go to sleep. So anyway, let's go ahead and do Kada. And you guys already know about her story. She was kidnapped from her place of employment, a nursing facility, and then she was later found unalive. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, it's not this. I have to find it first. Okay, so first thing first, let me just give you guys a timeline of her unaliving, missing, and everything. Okay, then we're going to talk about the fact that she was crying for help and it was ignored. Okay, so here's the timeline. On January 2025, King is accused of kidnapping and strangling a woman. However, his charges were dropped after the victim, who survived the encounter, failed to appear in court. Now we're going to fast forward to October the 3rd, 2025. A 2008 black Hyundai Accent was stolen from the 6600 block of Sprague Street around 11:30 p.m. The car was left unattended by a food delivery driver. Investigators say he then used that stolen car to meet up with Kadascott the following night. So, like I just said, a 2008 Hyundai Accent car was stolen from a food delivery driver. So he probably was delivering food and left the car running, like some delivery drivers do. And then this dude saw it and allegedly took it, stole it. So on October the 4th at 9:45 p.m., Scott was last seen by her family before she went to work at the Terrace, which is an assisted living facility in Chestnut Hill, located on East Abington Avenue. Okay. At 10 p.m., according to court documents, a co-worker last saw Scott outside her workplace, where she vanished shortly after arriving. Scott was allegedly seen walking toward a dark-colored SUV that was parked outside before the car left the area, according to court documents. Cell phone records show that Scott received 12 calls from the same number between 9:25 p.m. and 10:12 p.m., as well as a 43-second call that night she went missing, and that's according to the affidavit. At 10:09 p.m., charging documents say Scott and King made plans to meet up, with the final text exchange between the two being Call me, CM, when you here. Call me when you are here. At 10:15, investigators say the two appeared to be together near Scott's place of employment based on cell phone data. At 10:24 p.m., police said her cell phone stopped all network contact, according to the affidavit. At 10:28 p.m., a dark-colored car is seen pulling into the Arbery Recreation Center parking lot across the street from the abandoned Ada Lewis Middle School. Officials said her car was still at her workplace and there had been no activity on her social media accounts. On October the 8th, the criminal complaint says King's cell phone was tracked taking multiple trips between the Belmar Terrace home in the area around the vacant Ada Lewis Middle School where Scott's body was found. At 11:39 p.m., a car similar to the 1999 gold Toyota Camry that police say is registered to King is seen on video pulling into the parking lot near where the dark-colored car had been parked the night before, and that's according to court records. On October the 6th at 4 a.m., the lighter-colored vehicle is seen moving closer to where the dark-colored vehicle was parked, according to the court documents. Video allegedly shows two people going up to the dark-colored vehicle in the parking lot and removing a heavy object consistent with a human body from the passenger side. They are then seen carrying that object towards the playground and in the general direction of where Scott's remains were later recovered. Goodness. On October the 7th at 2:48 a.m., one person is seen on video getting into a dark-colored car and driving off. Later that day, a tip leads police to a burned Hyundai Accent in the 2300 block, 74th Avenue. However, when investigators arrived, it was towed, compacted, and was at a junkyard. On October the 9th, police search a home in the 5500 block of Belmar Terrace in Southwest Philadelphia in connection to the case. Scott's family also starts a GoFundMe to raise a reward money for credible information that leads to finding the missing Philadelphia woman. On October the 10th, 3 p.m., police say surveillance video shows a 1999 gold Toyota Camry, which police say is registered to King, arriving at the parking lot at Gypsy Lane Condos with a man matching King's description, repeatedly exiting the vehicle and accessing the trunk before leaving the car. Search for Scott intensifies as police scour the grounds of Arbery Arboretum, which is about 3 miles from where she was last seen. Officials said nothing was found in relation to the case during this search. On October the 15th, police announced the arrest of Keon King. Officials also asked the public to help locate the Toyota Camry, which they believe to be connected to the case. A tip led police to that car later in the afternoon after it was spotted in the parking lot of Gypsy Lane Condos. Earlier in the day, police were back near the Arbery Arboretum in Germantown for another search of the area. Drones, K9 units, and crime scene teams were deployed to search the nearby abandoned Ada Lewis Middle School, where police found physical evidence at the scene, including Scott's card in a phone case. On October the 16th, King was ordered to be held on a $2.5 million bail. On October the 17th, chilling video surfaced of King in relation to the January 2025 kidnapping case. Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner addressed the previously dropped charges against suspect King from the first alleged kidnapping case. He said, "We could have done better in that. A really sophisticated approach to the case would have been to try to put it all in with video evidence." On October the 18th, a very specific anonymous tip leads police back out to a wooded area near the vacant Ada Lewis Middle School, where a female body is found in a shallow grave. On October the 19th, police say DNA testing indicates the remains found near the vacant school are those of Scott. October the 20th, the district attorney office announces new charges against King, including arson, causing catastrophic conspiracy, and tampering with evidence. The new charges come as official release details about the stolen Hyundai Accent, the second vehicle they believe is connected to the case. Investigators reveal that surveillance video and cell phone data link King and the Hyundai to various crime scenes that are part of the investigation. They also confirmed the remains are those of Scott. Officials say they believe other people may have been involved in this case. However, they did not release any other details about who they may be or the extent of their involvement. On October the 22nd, the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office ruled Scott's unaliving a homicide. Her manner of was not immediately released. Shortly after the news broke, the district attorney's office announced murder and abuse of corpse charges against King. On October the 22nd, the Philadelphia Medical Examiner's Office released that Scott passed on from a gunshot wound to the head. That's sad. King was arraigned on the murder charge on Thursday and is being held without bail. Now, why did he shoot that girl? November the 3rd, King is scheduled to appear in court. Now, they did say anyone with information about Kadascott's disappearance and unaliving, they can call or text Philadelphia police at 215-686-8477. That number again is 215-686-8477, or you can submit an anonymous tip online. Okay, they didn't put the let me see what the website is. phillypolice.com. phillypolice.com. That's where you can submit your anonymous tip regarding Kada Scott. So yeah, we need to keep this right here. Let me save this page. Actually, I'm going to do it like this. Hold on. All right. So it definitely sounds like he sure should have. It definitely sounds like someone else or some other people were involved in this entire situation. And why did he have to unalive her? And for what purpose? What was this all about? Was he just obsessed with this girl or what? Right, and they should have still went on, and the state should have prosecuted him. All right, because she probably was scared to go there and go to court. Because sometimes people do intimidate witnesses and things like that, and they be scared to come. So maybe the DA could have, went on and continued to prosecute. I don't know, because I'm not a lawyer, but I'm just saying if the DA could have did that, that's what should have happened. Hold on for 1 second, y'all. Let me fix this thing real quick. Did you send me anything else on her, Jermaine, besides the one thing that I got? Let me go back up here and look. Okay, let me go ahead and get the rest of my information on her, okay? Okay, hold on, you guys. Hold on for 1 second. Let me get the rest of it. I got like 50,000 phones open up, so let me just get it. We also got some Diddy news too. I forgot how many times. It was a lot. It was a lot of times. He's obsessed, stalker. You know, and the thing about it, if she went to the police, right? If she went to the police and she asked for help, I don't understand why they didn't do more. Okay, 20 times in 25 minutes. That's crazy. Okay. Thank you, Jermaine. And, you know, I honestly think me being familiar with stuff like this, you know, the stalking, harassment, being obsessed and weird shit and threat, and then calling the police and they don't really do too much. And I think they really do need to change that law in regards to stalking, harassing people and things like that. They should not, let me tell you something, law enforcement should not wait until somebody gets unalive or hurt before they do something. If you have a track record and you can prove it, you have proof that a person is stalking you, harassing you, calling you repeatedly, even though you're telling them not to, you know, notifying you, you know, coming to your house, following you, stalking you online, doing the most. I think they should, you know, do something about that. And I really do feel like the laws need to be changed regarding that, because you hear about stories like this all the daggone time where people go to the police for help and they can't really do anything because the person who is doing all of this stuff knows that, for one thing, they look up everything, okay? The stalking laws and, you know, what they can get away with and things like that. And so this is why I said that I think they should change that. Because you go to the police and you're asking for help, I think they should be able to help you. Hold on, y'all. I think they should be able to help you. I really do. Now, they said there is no record of her asking the police for help. But if she went to anybody telling them about this, you know, I think somebody should have went to the police if they didn't and let them know that she is being, you know, stalked or harassed or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Then I think her family member said, or somebody said that he was, you know, stalking her, harassing her, and things like that. I read that she did call the police. I guess not, though. But the thing is this right here. Whomever she told about this, it should have been taken to the police, okay? And they should have also, you know, been doing something about this instead of waiting to something actually happen, you know? And I feel like I said before, I feel like the stalking laws, harassment laws, all of that stuff should be changed, you know, because people, time and time again, women especially, go to the police, they go file restraining orders, and these lunatics still end up hurting these people. Let me tell you something. That's why I believe in, you know, protecting myself. All right. If somebody's telling you, mark my words, when a person is threatening you and telling you, even if they do it on a sly side and you know they're threatening you, I think people should take that for real. I don't understand why people think everything is a joke, why people laugh about everything. Where did you sit at, Jermaine? Why people think people are just playing. When most people say they are going to do something to you, 9 times out of 10, that's what they're thinking about. All right. Otherwise, they wouldn't be saying it. All right. So for me, whoever she went to and told about this. I don't know if they were helping her. I'm just saying, you have to do everything that you can do. Because once someone is unalive or hurt, you can't change that. Now, let's see what they were talking about right here. So they have an article in People saying that text reveals Kadascott message suspect and put kidnap me again before she disappeared. Okay, now what is that about? Let's go ahead and read this more. Right, police said that she did. She did. I don't know. She did report this to the police. She reported receiving harassing phone calls before she disappeared. Okay, so with that being said, if she did report this to the police, again, these laws need to be changed. I know they really don't do anything because I have reported things to the police and they be like, oh, the person lives so far from you. What's the chances of them coming out there or sending someone else? Just all types of weird stuff. And blase. And I'm like saying to them, people do go places, okay? But the thing is, for me, I believe in doing self-defense. I told y'all that before 100 times over again. And I think when you are getting harassing phone calls and you know who it is and people are stalking and threatening you, I think you should prepare. Yeah, go file your restraining orders, call the police and all that, but also be prepared and be on the lookout. Now, why she was outside of her job with this dude, I don't know. So let's see this. So they did say she knew him, okay? So let's see what else they got here. And I wonder, why did he shoot her? For real, I mean, it's crazy. Oh, let me see. So now they're saying that, okay, prosecutors said before that Scott had been receiving harassing phone calls in the lead up to her disappearance, but it is not clear if King has been connected to those alleged calls. Now, they did say Scott and King briefly knew each other, but they did not elaborate on the nature of their relationship. So let's see here. So these two began talking on October the 2nd, and they continued to talk until she disappeared. In the first exchange, Scott received a text from a number where the sender said it was their new number. When Scott asked the sender who they were, the sender said it was Kel, who investigators have since identified as King. In one text message to King on the morning of October the 4th, Scott reportedly said, "Kidnap me again." Now, why did she say that? And then in response, King texts, "Better be up to." Okay. So later that evening, when Scott was at the nursing home where she worked, her co-worker overheard her say to someone on the phone, "I can't believe you're calling me about this." I guess it was a cursing word. Okay. Then they said after that phone call, Scott walked to a dark colored car outside the facility and left immediately afterwards. That's crazy. I wonder what happened. So I wonder what actually happened. This is a weird little case right here, okay? Because what did she mean when she said kidnap me again? What is that all about? Kidnap me again. He said, you better be up to. Up to what? Up to being kidnapped again? And did he kidnap her before? Is this something they were playing with each other? and then something just went out of hand the night that they did it again. I don't know. This is a weird ass case. Let me see what else we got here. You're gonna have to look this up in more detail because that is very strange. It's very strange. Let's see here. I think I have gotten that, Jermaine, because I don't see it. Let's see. Because remember, when I be in certain areas, I don't get these messages. Hold on, let me see if it's over. You say it's on WhatsApp, but I don't see it on here. You may have to send that to me again because I don't see it. The thing is, when I'm in certain areas, T-Mobile bootlegging phone messages and stuff don't come through. I'm calling them tomorrow because they are just plainly ridiculous. So let me see this right here. So yeah. It's the same. Okay, you sent me the same thing that I just went over. So what does that mean? What were they talking about? Okay, I also looked it up too. So yeah, it's the same story. Kidnap me again. What do you think she's saying, Jermaine? Okay, why would she say kidnap me again? She was talking to him in a text message. She said, kidnap me again on October the 4th. What was that all about? Is this some kind of game they were playing? And then he said, better be up to. Better be up to what? Better be up to being kidnapped again? So they must have been playing. You said maybe they were kidding. I'm thinking so too. So they must have been, and I don't know, I'm just guessing. They must have been like playing some type of little game. You know, kidnap me again. And he said, you better be up to it. He said, you better be up to. So they must have been playing some type of game like that. But what made him actually do this? Okay, so listen, when she went out to the car and left, but she was on the phone talking to him, maybe, and she said a cursing word and then she left. So did they get into an argument? And she went out there to talk to him, and the argument got heated in a car, and he shot her in the head. Is that what happened? And then he panicked, or whatever the case is, and he did everything else that he did after that. Because again, why would she say, kidnap me again? And he said, better be up to. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go ahead and go to TikTok. Let me mute this music. Let's go to TikTok, and I want to see what some of these people on here who covers this, what are they saying about that? Because that's kind of weird. And I'm thinking, see, at first they was trying to make us think they didn't know each other really, probably. But they knew each other. So was he really? She said that he was, maybe he was, because they don't know for sure if it was him. So allegedly, we don't know exactly. Somebody was harassing her, okay? And she did tell the police about this. So let's go over here and do what I just said. Hold on. Let's share screen. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's look her up real quick. Let's look this up. I want to see what people are saying about this. Okay, let's see. So let's look at this right here.
Look at the last text messages between Keon King and Kadascott. According to court documents, on the day that Kada went missing at around 10:07 a.m., she sent a text to Keon that said, kidnap me again. Now, police aren't sure if this was said in a joking way, like, please take me away from work, or if she was being serious.
You know what? That's what she was saying. Okay, that's what she was saying. Kidnap me again, meaning that she probably wanted to get away from work and she left with him. So something must have happened We didn't even think about that. You know how people be like, telling the guy that they seeing or boyfriend or whatever, kidnap me again, basically take me away from work, and we can spend time together and chill because I don't really want to be here at work. All right. That's what she probably meant. But something happened in that car, that caused him to do what he did. Let's see. Unless he was just already planning that.
They have no record of a previous kidnapping. Keon replied, better be up too, and then they made plans to meet up later that night. Kada was set to start work at 10 p.m. Between 9:25 p.m. and 10:12 p.m., Keon called her 12 times, and this included a 43-second phone call. Their last text exchange was at 10:09 p.m., and the text read, call me when you're here. A worker said that she saw Kada around this time. She was visibly upset and on the phone, and she overheard her say, I can't believe you're calling me about this shit. Phone records show that at 10:15 p.m., Keon and Kada appear to be together near her workplace. At around 10:12 p.m., her phone goes out of network. At 10:28 p.m., surveillance video shows this dark SUV pulling into the parking lot at the Auberry Recreational Center, which is across the street from the abandoned middle school where they found Kada's body. The next day, when Kada's reported missing, phone records show that Keon kept going from his house to the abandoned middle school multiple times during this day. Police did search his house and they found contractor bags, a hammer, ammunition, and other items. There were also 2 women that lived in the house and they were questioned and released. At the time of this search, Keon was not home. At 11:39 p.m., a car that looks like his gold Camry pulls up into the parking lot where the SUV is at. At 4 a.m., the Camry moved closer to the SUV. Surveillance footage allegedly shows 2 people approach the SUV and remove a heavy object that looks like a human body from the passenger seat. They're seen carrying it toward the location where Kada's body is found. At 2:48 a.m. the following day, someone is seen getting into the SUV and driving off. Later that day, police received a call that this SUV was set on fire. By the time investigators found it, it had already been taken to a junkyard where it was compacted. Court documents also show that Keon and Kada started texting on September 28th. However, the first released text message was from October 2nd, when Keon texted Kada saying, yo Kada, this my new number. And then Kada replied, who's this? And he said, Kel. Investigators also revealed that his number was a text now number, which is a virtual phone number that you can use on any device and it's not connected to a phone plan. Keon King is now in custody and facing more charges, including murder, gun-related charges, and abuse to a corpse. He's scheduled to appear in court on November 3rd. This is an ongoing case that I will continue to cover here at Crime Glasses, so make sure to follow to stay informed.
So do y'all think that he basically was setting her up and he never, he intended to unalive her all along? I don't know. This is weird. This is a weird ass case. Okay. Let's see what they're saying. When she got in that car, the SUV, he shot her in the head. So, but when they said when she left, well, on the phone, she was visibly upset. Unless when she got into that car or that SUV, they got into an argument and did that. This is weird. Let's see what else we can find out on this. It's hard to try to figure out what went on. That is crazy. Kidnap me again. Let's see what she said. But now we kind of figure out what she's talking about, I think. She just basically probably just saying, kidnap me again, joking, like, get me from work.
So the medical examiner is stating that Keon shot her in the head. They originally stated they believed that it was like 30 minutes after she left work that her life ended. So I absolutely hope she did not feel a single thing and that it was that fast. Now, this is given premeditated to me through and
right. That's what I'm talking about.
Because
planned.
It's given that it was a lot of
right. It sounds like it was planned. I hate to say that. But why? That's crazy. But
plans.
But listen, he may be nuts anyway, because remember, he was in trouble before for strangling a woman. Okay, so maybe he got something going on. He's just natural, unaliver
stuff, and it was planned in advance. So it seems that Kada and Keon started texting each other at the end of September. So their communication wasn't even that long before this incident even happened. Like, the escalation of time is just quite weird to me that you just got communication with her at the end of September and you take her life at the beginning
Right.
of
For what?
October.
What reason?
Very planned. And if you've seen the messages and things like that from Gabby is saying that the communication that she had with him about her was like, oh, how do you know her? Tell me about her, like y'all's relationship, things like that, kind of just checking the scene. And I did not say this before because I needed some verification. I do have verification now, but he is a street pharmacist, and that is how he is known in the area, as a street pharmacist. And so Gabby uses him for her street pharmacy needs. On October the 3rd, he ended up stealing that Hyundai that was used to transport her body. He stole that vehicle before the actual incident even took place. So on October the 4th, Kada texts him, kidnap me again. And then after that, he responds back, better be up. And then she responds back to him, call me when you get here. Now, I don't know if that was really, I feel like it was out of context. Let me say that. I feel like kidnap me again was kind of just come get me from work because I don't feel like being at work because I don't know if I really want to be at this job. That was the energy it was giving.
Right.
I don't think that she knew he had kidnapped anybody else and that reference would later lead to you kidnapping me myself, like really kidnapping me versus just come get me because I don't want to be here. It kind of gives playful energy versus the seriousness of the situation of actually kidnapping you.
Right.
And then on October the 5th, they do have surveillance video of him and somebody else carrying her body into that field that it was found in behind that school. So we definitely know that at least 2 people were involved. Now they've also stated they kind of think somebody else may have been driving that Toyota Camry. And so at the minimum, it's 3 people instead of just 1. But somebody told me that they believe it's 4 people. So I don't know where the 4th person is coming in at. But somebody did say in the comments to me that they believe that there are 4 people involved. I do kind of think that it is 3 people, but it definitely is not. He did this by himself.
Right.
We definitely know that additional people were involved in helping him. So I don't know if this surveillance footage is not clear enough for them to see who these doggone other people are. But could y'all
Are the other people women or men?
go ahead and wrap that up and get them in custody? Increase your urgency to get them arrested because why they haven't been arrested, especially if y'all got doggone surveillance video footage. I'm not understanding. I don't understand. But that is what those text messages said. Let me know how you are taking what those text messages meant. I don't think she knew that much about him to know that he had done something this dangerous before. I just feel like she would have definitely not went with him if she would have known.
I think they were talking. Hold on. I think they were possibly.
So the medical
They were obviously, I believe, they were talking. It was texting back and forth. Of course, when she said kidnap me again, she was just, how people say that, oh, kidnap me from work, because I don't want to be here. He said, you better be up. But what happened to make him want to unalive her? And the only thing I can think about is that he planned that. But why? But why would he plan to unalive this girl? Now, somebody in this comment section said, I noticed in Gabby's video, she said Keon called her asking about Kada the day before Kada went missing. And the call lasted 29 seconds. Then Gabby shows the call log and says it's outgoing and it's dated 9/28 for 29 seconds. I don't know. I just think Gabby might have something to do with it. Somebody said her coworker said that she was arguing outside on the phone when she got to work. I believe that he was mad about that date that she was coming from at Top Golf. So she had a date, and that's probably why she said what she said on the phone and cussed, and that's why she was mad. They said she went on a date right before work on the same day. So maybe he was mad about that. And they said that he was definitely stalking her. So sad. So he might have been mad about that. And when they were talking on the phone and she was teed off, that's probably why she was mad. And then she went out there to meet him, and they might have gotten into an argument in the car, and he took out that gun and shot her in the head. And then that's, he called up some friends or whomever, and they start, figuring out what to do with her body. And they start moving her body from one car to the next one or whatever the case is, until they finally put her where they thought no one would find her. And you said they was using text now numbers. Maybe it's possible they were talking longer than we think. They could have been talking longer. I think he might have been jealous. You're right. So I didn't know about the date. Okay, so a date. This is him looking through the...
Right now at 11, murder charges in the death of Kada Scott. The man suspected of kidnapping her is now accused of killing her.
So he peeking through the window and shit, being a stalker and stuff.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jacqueline London.
And I'm Fred Shropshire. While investigators have not yet revealed how she died, we are learning more about the conversations leading up to her death. It's been a long month for the Scott family. Scott was reported missing after she vanished 18 days ago during her overnight shift at a nursing home in Northeast Philadelphia. And then on October 14th, Keon King turned himself over to police. He was charged with kidnapping.
And the very next day, police searched near an abandoned school. There was...
I wonder why he must have felt guilty. I bet you he was mad because of that date, just like they said. And they got into it in that car, and he just shot her. And then everything else transpired after that, buying all the stuff or whatever he had in his apartment or whatever the case is. He probably carried a GUN anyway, because they said, the other chick said he was selling what. Goodness, that's why. Okay, I don't need to listen to more of that because we did already. Let's go and see what else we can find. What? She may have been working with who? Okay, let's see.
Gabby is starting to look guiltier and guiltier as the days pass, y'all. So let me tell y'all this new information. Basically, there's the video circulating, and it's Keon, Dee, and Gabby all in the car. Gabby's wearing Keon's hoodie, the hoodie that he was wearing in that video where he was trying to terrorize and kidnap that girl. She was wearing that same exact hoodie that he was wearing in that video. Not to mention, she knew about his past. She knew that he paid off the last victim. Not to mention, people are saying this is not her first rodeo. People are saying she has been arrested for similar things that he has been arrested for in the past. Let me find the fuck out, y'all. They are saying, mind y'all, I believe it, because when she showed her text messages with her mom, and her mom said, this is why I be telling you, do not get in strangers' cars. She proved the fact that she was riding around with Keon and that she was arrested, because she said, when I helped you get out of jail the last time. Gabby is starting to look guiltier and guiltier as the days pass, y'all. So let me tell y'all.
It says she was his co-defendant in the other case. The girl never showed up because Gabby and the other girl beat her up. What? Tampering with the victim, and he paid her to not show up. That's why Gabby has the same charges as him on that case. Really? Goodness. Somebody said poor black women. This is their sad dating pool. Anybody can meet a weirdo. Black, white, whoever. It doesn't make any difference. Yeah, I don't think he was. Listen, I think they probably got into it in that car or van, and things got out of hand. He probably was jealous, just like the other person said, and he unalived her. So let's see what this is right here.
Now we know that Kada Scott was last seen around October 4th.
So that's not her for real. I guess that's the other girl that the dude kidnapped or whatever the case is. That's crazy, man. I want to see, where is Gabby? Okay, let's see. Is this Gabby right here? Let's look and see what she's talking
Gabby
about.
is starting to look guiltier and
Yeah,
guiltier
that's
as the
Gabby.
days pass, y'all. So let me tell y'all this new information. Basically, there's the video circulating, and it's Keon, D, and Gabby all in the car. Gabby's wearing Keon's hoodie, the hoodie that he was wearing in that video where he was trying to terrorize and kidnap that girl. She was wearing that same exact hoodie that he was wearing in that video. Not to mention, she knew about his past. She knew that he paid off the last victim. Not to mention, people are saying this is not her first rodeo. People are saying she has been arrested for similar things that he has been arrested for in the past. Let me
So let's
find
see
the fuck out,
this girl
y'all.
right here.
They are saying, mind y'all,
Let's see. Her name is Gabrielle Gillette. Let's see. Gabrielle Gillette. Gabrielle Gillette. Gabrielle Gillette speaks. Let's see. Okay, let's see what she said.
Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada Scott situation. So, if you are unaware, Kada Scott is a girl that went missing in Philadelphia on October 4th. So, I did know Keon. He was my friend. I met him about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was also the local pharmacist. Now, me and my best friend, we were also mutual friends with Keon. He was our pharmacist. So, one day Keon calls me, and keep in mind, I am
Just mean he was selling them drugs, right? That's what that means. Okay, so that's why he carried a GUN. Okay, he was a street dude. Okay, so she got involved with the street dude. I told you, I bet you they was into an argument in that car because he was jealous about whatever date she went on, if this is true. And this girl may have known something about it. She may have helped. I don't know.
School. I am in Maryland, and he will usually just call me, just to check up and talk. So he calls me and he asks me if I know Kada. And I'm like, yeah, like I know Kada. And he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that she lives really close to you. I'm like, yeah, like she lived right in the back of me. And I'm not thinking nothing of it because he usually calls me and, we just be chatting. He'll call me about like, the people that be around because he is the pharmacist. I live in the neighborhood and he be in my neighborhood. So we hang up the phone, and that was that. We were only on the phone for 29 seconds. So you can see that this is the day that he called me, and this was before Kada went missing, and we were only on the phone for 29 seconds. Also, I know that his name says Elliot in my phone. That's just what we call him. So a couple of days after that, my best friend calls me, and, we're just talking about life. And I mentioned to her how Keon brought up Kada to me. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh yeah, like he was probably trying to flirt with her. He's probably trying to get at her. Mind you, me and my best friend, we know Kada because we grew up with her little sister. Now, we didn't know Kada personally because, again, we grew up with her little sister. We were around 12, 11 years old. Kada, she was much older than us, so we didn't really talk to her. So my best friend was like, oh yeah, like he probably thought she was cute, and that was that. So right here is the day that I called my best friend and told her that, Keon was trying to get at Kada. This is before she went missing. So a couple days, maybe a week after that, it is reported on October 4th that Kada is missing. So keep in mind, I am in Maryland, so I'm not really into all the Philadelphia news that be going on. So I'm not knowing that Kada is missing until my best friend sends me a text and says that Kada is missing. So this is the day that my best friend tells me that Kada is missing on October 9th. So I'm in my friend's dorm and I call Keon and it's a lot of music and a lot going on in the background. So I go somewhere that's quiet and I tell him, Keon, Kada is missing. Like that girl, she's missing. So he was like, what? And then after that, the phone just hung up. So here you can see that I called Keon and we were on the phone for 2 minutes. So you have to keep in mind, this was my friend, okay? I did not think that he could be capable of anything like this. In my head, I'm just thinking, there's no way in the world he could have did something like this. There's no way in the world. So then a couple of days after that, my mom sends me a screenshot of Keon turning himself in for the kidnapping of Kada. So this is my mom sending me the article, and she was distraught to say the least. And I know she said that he was a random person, but she says this about all my friends. So me and my best friend, we get on the phone and we're talking about the situation. We're just saying how this is just crazy. This is the call of me and her talking about it. Now, this is all happening around the time that I'm taking my midterms. So I'm really just trying to keep my head on the books. And I wasn't really trying to let this stress me out. So I kind of just let it go. You know, he turned himself in. It's not really much to say or do anymore. So a couple days after that, me and my best friend get on the phone and we're basically just, you know, talking about the Kada situation. And she says that she thinks that I should call the cops. So she was basically saying that she thinks that I should call the cops and tell them that Keon was, you know, asking about Kada. Now, at the time in my head, I'm thinking that there was no reason to call the cops. He already turned himself in, and I felt like it would be kind of a waste of
Right.
time to tell them that the guy that they already have in custody, you know, called me and was asking about the girl. And me personally, I'm not a cop caller. Like I don't call the cops. That's just the way that I grew up. That's what I was around. You know, they will always tell me, you know, you don't call the cops. So I just felt like, you know, the information that I had and the fact that, you know, I'm just not really a cop caller, it wouldn't make sense for me to call the cops. So then my best friend tells me, well, you know, if you won't call the cops and tell them, then I will. And then she basically tells me that she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore because I won't call the cops. And I told her, you know, that's completely fine. I just don't want any involvement. So then we hung up the phone, and then I believe she called me again with the police on the other line. So you can see, I told her, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to the cops. And yeah. Now, I can see how this could be cruel, and I do take accountability for that. So then a couple of days later after that, I get sent a link on Instagram. And the link was basically my best friend going live, just talking about the situation, saying how I was weird for not going to the cops. And people in the comments were just coming up with their own narratives about the story. And it just got way out of hand and it just spiraled. So you can see somebody sent me the link of the live, and still to this day, I have not watched the full entire live. Then people just started asking, you know, who is Gabby? What's the connection? And, you know, she told people that I was in Maryland for school, and it was just a whole entire thing. So, of course, I was angry and I was confused because what is going on? So I text her, I tell her that, you know, that was weird. And yeah. Then I started seeing posts of people saying that they think that I set Kada up and that why wouldn't I go to the cops and that I was just suspicious and all of this stuff. And this was never the case. So I do end up contacting the authorities after I seen people just making up crazy stuff about me and the situation. They cut me off. They tell me that they already know what's going on, you know, that they have a close eye on the social media. And they also tell me that my friend did come forth with the information, and they told her that there was nothing that they can do, that the information that she bought them was useless information because they already had Keon in custody, and it was just nothing for them to do with this information. They told me to contact them only if I had anything that could lead to finding Kada because that is their main priority. Now, I do believe that the person in the live was just kind of taking what I told her and running with it and just spicing it up to make it seem like something that it wasn't for, I don't know, maybe views. People were saying that, you know, she was walking around and showing what stores Kada would go to, where she would walk her dog, and just stuff like that. I also had one of our mutual friends come to me, and he told me that she told him that we knew Kada our whole lives and like we grew up with her, which wasn't the case because we grew up with her little sister. Now, I do think that the person in the live was taking what I told them and kind of just running with it and spicing it up to make it seem like it was way bigger than what it was. And I basically think this because I had a mutual friend that came to me and said that she came to them and told them that we knew Kada our whole life and that we grew up with Kada when that wasn't the case. We grew up with her little sister. My prayers go out to Kada and her family, and I hope that she can make a safe return home.
Okay, this is before the girls big fire.
Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformation.
Well, I don't know if she has something to do with it or not. I really don't. This is a weird little case. And it's just plain, it's just crazy. Let's see what they're saying. Let's see what it says here. I'm just reading these comments down here. Why wouldn't you call the police? If somebody is missing, you call the cops, but somebody said she might have called and did it anonymously. So, she could have called. Who knows? This case is weird. I still say it's weird. I wonder if the other people who was helping, are they men or women or a combination? Okay, hold on, let me see.
The girl was walking, except before she had her dog. She had her headphones in. Kada, she always, just walking around the neighborhood with her dog and stuff. So I'm just going to show you guys the area and, where he knows of the block. So this is, if you go down this block, this is Kadascott's block more so, but this block right here is the block that he will always come on to sell me and my friend rugs. My friend lives down there. Kada lives down here. So honestly, I think I'm just gonna go down Kada's block. But Kada, her house is actually on this side, guys. But yeah, her house is on this side. Maybe this. No. I don't know, guys. I know Kayla lives on this block though. She lives behind my best friend's house. My best friend grew up with her little sister. Her little sister name is. Now I'm just gonna be showing y'all the area where he is like always at and where he most likely first seen Kayla, because that's where I always seen her. She used to walk her dog a lot around here. She has a little dog, so she would walk her dog from this block. And then once you go to the stop sign, you go that way. As you guys can see, the Liberty is right there. That's not where she would go. So I don't want anyone to be confused or screw things up. She did not go there. Go this way. Once you go this way, you walk straight down. Once you walk straight down, you'll get up near like the gas stations and stuff. And the gas stations is usually where all of the rug dealers will be located. When I get up there, I'm gonna show you specifically. But yeah, that's most likely like where she was going. So the more you walk up this area along the strip, this is where she would walk. This is the way you have to take to go to the poppy store. This is the gas station that all of the rug dealers come to. They all come here. They all be outside the store. If you drive past, you'll see it. Like, they really all be here. This is a picture of her up here. She always will come here. Everybody will come here to buy their wraps, all that. It's the store. But the store you could find him sitting outside of was right over here. Every time the girl was walking, except before she had her dog, she had her headphones.
And that's tripped out, you guys. Goodness. Damn. So what you got to say about this domain. That's crazy. Now, hopefully, they can figure out exactly what happened to this girl and find out who all was involved and what role they played. Because we clearly know at least 2 to 3 more people, if not 4 people, might have helped him. You said if she was in Maryland, then she didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know. It's just a very strange case. My prayers are sending out to Kada's family and friends, and hopefully they find out exactly what went on and why this dude unalived her, and who else was involved in this, and then bring some closure for her parents and her other relatives. Anyway, my prayers are extending out to them, and my condolences are expressed out to her family. And I will keep on keeping you guys updated about this case. And again, like I said before, I think when people call the police about harassment, stalking, and things like that, I really do think that the laws need to be changed, and they should be able to do more than what they are doing right now. Because, just basically ignoring stuff and thinking that it's a game, the person's not going to do anything, is basically, putting a person at risk. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they change those laws regarding that and do something more when people are saying, people are stalking them and harassing them and, and doing things of that nature. All right. So we're going to move on, guys. Let's go ahead and look at some viral videos real quick. Oh, yeah, I got the body thing. Let's see what did I do with them. Sometimes I cannot find stuff on this daggone. I don't know what happened to on this thing right here. It's like it disappears in between all this other stuff. It's way down here. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some viral videos before I do this other little story. And don't forget to thumbs up, you guys, okay? What? This is bizarre. This is very bizarre. Wait, hold on. This is very... Wait a minute, I got to go back to the other story. This is very bizarre. What I was just reading a few seconds ago. Hold on.
This beautiful Florida couple just got arrested for having relations, doggy style. I know what you're thinking. Yes, it is indeed a crime. It is a crime because they included a Great Dane. After receiving a tip, 33-year-old Jordan Hoffman's phone was confiscated by police, and the images are going to be very difficult for me to attempt to describe. The images on Jordan's phone prove that he, a firefighter, and his wife, a real estate agent, Harley, were both involved with Mr. Dane. Trigger warning! The images show Jordan enjoyed entering Mr. Dane's back door. They both enjoyed Mr. Dane's volcano erupting in their mouths. Jordan would also have Mr. Dane drink his baby batter. Harley would have Mr. Dane going down south. Mr. Dane was also clapping her cheeks. There is also KID corn on that phone with children as young as SIX. This lovely couple has 2 young children. These 2 pillars of their community are now pariahs. And this is exactly why I do not allow either of my children to spend the night at anyone else's home. You never know what goes on when those doors close. Double tap if you agree, repost and comment, and I'll see you on Friday for another exciting episode of Unfinished Business.
That's damn ridiculous. Damn. That is damn disgusting, man. I'm not going to lie. Goodness, what the hell? That is nasty, man. I cannot believe that. Damn, poor dog. You're right. I wonder what happened to these weirdos. Hold on, let me go back to that.
This beautiful Florida couple just got arrested for having relations.
I definitely got to look this story up while we look at the other videos, but that's quite ridiculous. Let me just get their names real quick. That's weird. And hopefully they are in jail. Because that's crazy. I want to know what happened to the dog, too. Let's see. Harley Hoffman. Let me just get these names, you guys. Harley. These freakazoids are nasty. Oh, there was gonna be, yeah, that's that story. That's that same story that you sent me. I know what story this is right now. We have to talk about that. That's disgusting. Let's finish watching the rest of these real quick.
I'm gonna say it out there straight for everybody listening. My uncle didn't die. He was murdered. I feel the same thing about Prince. We're losing a lot of stars because you have to remember, these are basically insurance policies. When he dies, whatever was owned by the company reverts back. We're not talking about $100,000. We're not talking about $1 million. And everybody in this room knows $1 million, I don't care if you're a normal person, ain't getting you shit. After taxes, you still got to live the same. You still got to stack your money. But when my uncle died, we're talking about billions of dollars. Can you imagine if Prince, when he died, sold Little Red Corvette to Chevy? Woo. Let's just you think about it.
Yeah.
They say Prince died broke. How do you die broke with $1 billion catalog? If he would have sold 3 songs, he'd have had a couple $100 million sitting in his pocket to play with.
Yeah.
All he had to do is, here, take these 3. I got the catalog of the rest.
Right.
Notice that when my uncle dies, why do you hear all his music? Why is there a Motown cartoon out now? A, B, C,
Right.
easiest. Okay, well, obviously when my uncle was alive, he wasn't giving the rights to anybody. But when he dies, all of a sudden, oh my goodness.
Is the family still benefiting from all of his music and his catalog?
When you say benefiting, I mean, I guess for this last name, because of what my father and them did, that is the benefit. That's the pride of standing for this last name, because, you know, when I grew up, people don't understand. My father and them, they were around.
Yeah.
But then also when we were around, if we wanted to see him, we had to go to a show. So it wasn't like personal. We'd have to sit around in this, oh, hi, Pops, we love you. But then you got people coming and taking pictures and this and that. And this. So when we grew up, it wasn't even groomed. It was, we were told, you can't do this because of what's going to come back. You know, so when you look at it, say, how can I say this, man? My uncle he was born in this business. He died in this business.
His whole entire life.
His whole entire life. So, you know, when I sit here and I hear Wade and this other dude, let's be real. And I'm sitting at the table. Y'all can tell me how y'all feel. And I'm open to opinion. I've had horrible shit happen to me. And any of that horrible stuff, I've got rid of. I'm not gonna keep. They showed Wade burning the pictures of Michael, and doing all this stuff. So why does the weirdo keep a ring? And let's be real. Like I said, Neverland was a toy for my uncle. You think my uncle's gonna buy some little ring? This is a man who, for us as children, closed down malls, and let us have free random run of the mall. He didn't bother us. He looked at us and said, "The mall's closed down. Y'all go get what the hell y'all want. Tell me the price at the end. We'll close down Toys R Us." He was never that type person. He was no funny dude. My uncle was a man. I'm gonna say it out there straight for everybody listening.
All right. Of course, he was unalive. Shit, that's a known fact. Shh. All right, let's go look at this.
Hey, everybody. I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her to stop antagonizing me with this TikTok thing. I said it's never again. I am her father. I know y'all don't respect fathers and the idea of family, and media tries to promote something. I said I am not allowing my daughter to be used by TikTok, to be used by Disney. I have a say-so. And then when people say, oh, they're going to use this for you in court, I didn't have a say-so on whether or not they went to Sierra Canyon. Most men do not, there's no such thing as 50-50 custody with in society today. That's not even, it always leans towards the mom. But right now, and I'm happy that you guys got to see just a small piece of what I dealt with. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, everybody. I just got off the phone with Kim. I told her.
So that's his daughter right there. Let's go look at this right here, you guys.
Drive through.
It was just a McMess.
Surveillance video shows the dramatic moments inside a Davenport.
So this is that story that I was supposed to be telling you about. I think this is the one with the I think this is the same one. I think.
McDonald's. It wasn't the fault of a hamburglar. Instead, Sheriff Grady Judd says it was two customers who wanted to order food in the drive-thru and were told no by employee Juan Soto.
One politely tells them, hey, sorry guys, but we're way, way behind on line orders or like overwhelming us.
The sheriff says the customers, Nicholas Jones and Peter Story, threatened to beat up Soto.
What do these goober smoochers do? They park their vehicle and they come in the restaurant.
That's when the sheriff says they threatened to shoot people and refused to leave. Soto got his gun out of his backpack and shot one of the men in the neck.
He has a right to stand his ground and protect himself. And these guys are threatening to do violence after they've already threatened on the outside of the store and came inside.
The man who was shot suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The sheriff says Soto, the employee, fled with his gun and projectiles, but returned after deputies were called and cooperated. McDonald's declined to comment as the investigation is underway. Drive-through.
It was just a McMess.
Okay, so I think we got that story.
Yeah, it was good. Y'all look at this shit. People just bring their damn dogs into the store. They don't look like no damn circus animal. You look at it just barking and shit. Don't be, next time take that damn dog outside and leave it in the damn car, leave it at home. That ain't no damn service animal. Why you got that damn dog in the store? I don't give a damn. Why you got that dog in the store?
Nah, you wrong for that. You know you wrong for that. I'm going up to that woman with her dog. She in the grocery store, mind her business. He just walk up to her, going off on her. You know you wrong for that. Yeah, you wrong for that now. You know you wrong for that. He just went up to her and like went off on her. I said, dog, come on, like, come on. He know he wrong. He shouldn't have did that. He couldn't. He ain't had to do that. The dog started barking, going off on him. I wonder, he just randomly selected her and went up to her. It got to be more to the backstory than that. He just all of a sudden went up on her, ran up on her, and her. Something must have happened. She said something to him. He know her. Passed or something. But he just ran up on her and put the camera out on her dog. That was kind of weird. That was kind of like, that ain't like he single out.
Oh.
This ain't no service dog. That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, it was. But you know, people do crazy stuff. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, let's see this one here.
Soft hands. Come on, soft hands. Sit your ass down!
Like, get in your bed. Get your ass in your motherfucking bed.
Get out the kitchen. Get your ass out my kitchen.
Come on, go outside. Go outside.
Get your ass outside, motherfucker.
Stop, MJ. Stop, MJ.
Did I say fucking stop?
Deuce, can you get out the kitchen, please? Get your ass out goddamn.
I'm not taking you outside. It's too hot for you.
I said it's too hot.
Get up there. Get up there.
Get up there.
Jacoby, out.
Oh,
Now watch.
shit.
Get your behind.
Remy, I'm gonna ask you one more time. Please go get in your bed. Don't get in your motherfucking bed.
Stop, y'all. What did I say? Stop damn playing.
Sit. Sit. Sit your ass down.
Soft hands. Come on. Come on, soft hands. Sit your ass.
They just like kids. Shit. You got to holler before they actually do what you tell them to do. Hey, Tony Bands, thank you for being here. All right, a couple more videos, you guys, and that's going to be it with these videos. Oh, let's see what's going on right here.
Watch as the dolphins take everyone away.
I got it.
It's my turn now.
Get it, baby!
The dolphin kept shaking no. I was told to change. Went back no bottoms. He still says no. Instructors asked if I had any surgeries. No problem with the next person, only me. We found out the dolphin didn't want to hurt me. So I got to learn something new. And got a personalized experience. It was amazing.
That's cute, y'all. That was cute. That was cute. That was cute. Dolphins are very, very smart. So let's see what else we're going to see here. So let's go on.
I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Faggot bitch stepped on me and telling me I can't complain about it. Yeah, clowns step on my feet like they don't see me. They all light skinned. The devil is their daddy.
Damn it.
Look, run, nigga, and step on the next person's feet. Faggot. Got no respect for men. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Faggot bitch stepped on me and telling me I can't complain about it. Yeah, clowns step on my feet like they don't see me. They all light skinned. The devil is their daddy. Look, run, nigga, and step on the next person's feet. Faggot. Got no respect for men. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. Faggot bitch stepped on me.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Okay, y'all. All right, now let's go ahead and see what's going on here.
This is well-known Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. This is also Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. And this is also Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. And what you're now about to hear and see is also Georgia football coach Mark Taylor.
Every restaurant looking in here is black. Every car beside them is black.
Yeah.
They can have Atlanta. It used to be a fun place to come to up here. They can have this place right here and stuff. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Just need to, there's your, yeah, it was just a sign up there, had Obama and all them on there and stuff, man. So, yeah, that's all that's up here. That's all that's up here, man. And stuff is just crap. Yeah. Yeah. You and boy need to come up here and go hunting. Yeah. And stuff, man. Ain't nothing here, dog. Ain't nothing but blacks up here. That's all it is. Atlanta's done gone down, man. Just gone.
Damn.
Bro, look at the see that.
This is well-known Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. This is also Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. And this is also Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. And what you're now about to hear and see is also Georgia football coach
That's crazy.
Mark Taylor.
Every restaurant looking in here is black. Every car beside them is black. They can have Atlanta. It used to be a fun place to come to up here. They can have this place right here and stuff. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Just need to. There's your. Yeah, well, it was just a sign up there. Had Obama and all them on there and stuff, man. So, yeah, that's all that's up here. That's all that's up here, man. And stuff is just crap. Yeah. Yeah, you and boy need to come up here and go hunting. Yeah. And stuff, man. Ain't nothing here, dog. Ain't nothing but blacks up here. That's all it is. Atlanta's done gone down, man. Just gone. Bro, look at the see that.
This is well-known Georgia football coach Mark Taylor. This is also Georgia football.
He is too damn old. Yeah, I think that secret code hunting means something else. Yeah, I believe that means something else. Everybody says so shows you can never trust any of them. The majority of them who smile in your face, take pictures with us, invite to the cookout, especially those imitating our swag and say they can relate because they grew up poor in the ghetto, just or around us. So I said, you see how no whites comment? They stick together no matter how disgusting. Go honey. Somebody said, well, the hunted now have, you know what, as well. Somebody said, y'all really think these Europeans really like us? That's how they really feel, and y'all acting shocked. They want to hang and target practice on y'all black SSAs. He made money off y'all black SSA. They done with y'all. He really talking about the rainbow flowers people. Yep. Somebody said this is old. He was canceled 2 to 3 years ago, as he should be. And so I said it's happened in 2022. Well, it's just good to know, still refresh your memory. Okay, so we're going to look at these two, and that's going to be it for tonight.
A disabled person with cerebral palsy drove and killed the person who had attacked him. 32-year-old William Davis was driving to a store when Ethan Miller noticed him at the entrance. Due to a childhood accident, William walked with a limp. Ethan started mocking him upon seeing this, and even imitated his walking posture with his friends. Even after William came out of the store, this mockery did not stop. William couldn't bear it anymore and cursed Ethan, saying insulting words with racial discrimination. Ethan immediately became angry and punched William before leaving. Angry William got into his car and made a terrible decision. He accelerated to about 60 miles per hour and headed straight towards Ethan. Ethan didn't have time to dodge and got caught under the car, crushing his head. The vehicle only stopped after hitting the roadside. Onlookers immediately called 911, and medical staff arrived and announced Ethan's death on the spot. The police arrested William in his car. Ethan's family demands that William be charged with murder, claiming that Ethan was a kind person who was only joking at the time, while William cruelly drove him to death. Many locals believe that William is innocent, claiming that Ethan provoked and physically assaulted him first, and that William's actions were in self-defense. They even helped hire a lawyer for William. The judge dismissed the defense of self-defense and ruled that William had a safer solution than using the car as a weapon. In the end, William was convicted of murder and sentenced to 25 years in prison. Do you think the court's ruling is fair?
Well, someone in the comment section said this didn't happen. The guy who attacked was arrested later. So I don't know, and I'm not about to look this up. They said this is not what happened. The thing is if this, if something similar happened like this, I don't think the dude had no reason to be hitting this disabled dude point blank. You said who? This player should talk about the guy, the coach. That happened way back in 2022. So he was canceled. So I don't know if he's still, what is he doing now? But getting back to this, even though they said this didn't happen like this, just say if it did though. If it did, the other guy was acting in self-defense somewhere. And I don't feel like the court ruling is fair because this guy right here didn't have no reason to punch him like that. And I don't know where the family gets off saying that if it happened like this, that the other guy was just playing with him. You don't play like that. So I'm not going to look up the story because a lot of people in the comment section say this happened a little bit different, but you guys can feel free to look it up. So let's see the spinal speed.
Oh, hey! They just over there be chilling and shit. What the fuck?
What the fuck you doing?
Huh?
Watch out.
Shit, I'm trying to hoop.
I don't do all that. I don't do all that playing and shit. Watch out.
My bad. I was just trying to hoop. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to hoop.
Kids over here, don't be playing, don't do it.
My bad. Damn, like, fuck. Oh, hey, surprise! Oh, hey! They just over there be chilling and shit. What the fuck?
She walking away like she gonna do something. Look at this one.
Oh, hey! Oh, hey, surprise! Oh, hey! They just over there be chilling.
Y'all should look tripped out as hell. Okay, goodness, tripped out. That's crazy. She looked tripped out. Okay, anyway. So thanks, Jermaine, for all of these videos. These was good videos. We'll look at some more videos tomorrow for video reaction, you guys. And that's it for this. Okay? Now, she tripped me out walking like that. Damn. Okay. So what else did I say I was going to talk about? The shootout at McDonald's. Okay, let's cover that real quick. And how long we been here for? An hour and 34 minutes. It's 12:40. So about 1:15 we should be finished. So let's look at shootout at Mickey D's. I think you sent me a video. We just saw that video. Okay. So let's see exactly what happened. Hold on for a minute, you guys. Let me find it. So yeah, that's the same one we just saw. So yeah, they was at the drive-through and they got into an argument. So they did file charges. So this happened on October the 12th at 3 a.m. when 21-year-old McDonald's employee, Yon Soto, was working an overnight shift in Davenport. Two customers, Peter Story, 19, and Nicholas Jones, 18, allegedly got in a heated argument about the long wait time in the drive-thru, and they started to threaten Soto after he explained that they were overwhelmed with online orders. Now, they said Soto even apologized and admitted the system was behind, but the duo reportedly didn't want to hear it and told him they would be waiting for him when his shift ends at 4 a.m. Why? All over that? That's crazy. So things escalated when the two came back and they came inside McDonald's. Surveillance footage shows a confrontation in the lobby with Solo pulling out a firearm. All of the threats reportedly continued, and one of the men allegedly flashed what the sheriff described as a switch in a 30-inch clip. The restaurant manager even tried to break things up, but it was too late. The situation went out of control. And then in the video, they show Soto fires the GUN during a struggle, hitting Peter Story in the neck. Thankfully, the wound was minor, but as the sheriff, no, that's what the sheriff said, it was a minor wound. And so we did already see that video. So after they started shooting, then the two dudes ran off. Then they picked up the shell casing. And so that, when he picked up the shell casing, he was charged also with tampering with evidence. Now, they said that the police said that Soto may have had a legal right to defend himself, but he also warned folks not to flee after a SHOOTING. So that's a trip. So that whole thing was a hot mess. That was a trip. And I think I already showed you this video. Let me make sure. Let's make sure I showed you guys this video. Hold on, let me see if I can hold it up real quick. Hold on, y'all. Okay, let's see if I can pull this up. See, there it is right there. Did we already see this, or was that a different one? Oh, yeah, we did see that. I'm not going to show it again. So let's listen to this.
It's the worst thing ever. Like, breaking news: an ordinary McDonald's quick ordering turned into a shooting incident. The incident occurred in Polk County, Florida. On that day, two men, Nicholas and Peter, drove to McDonald's to order food, but employee Juan Soto told them there are too many online orders right now, so we can't take them temporarily. As soon as these words were spoken, two customers immediately became angry. They got off the car and rushed into the restaurant, shouting at Soto and even threatening to shoot him. At that moment, Soto pulled out a gun and fired a shot in the neck at one one of the men. Fortunately, the man's injury was not fatal. After the police arrived, Soto briefly fled the scene but soon returned to surrender himself. Sheriff Grady Judd stated that based on surveillance footage and eyewitness testimony, Soto's actions were likely in self-defense, as he was facing a clear threat of violence at the time. However, the police still charged him with destroying evidence, and the two customers were also charged with disturbing public order and illegal intrusion. Is this considered self-defense or excessive behavior? Leave a message and tell me your thoughts.
Well, they did say it is, they think it is self-defense. So it is what it is. All right, but yeah. That's crazy. Polk County. All right, let me stop sharing this. Let me turn that off. So what do you guys think about that? Do y'all think that he should be charged with self-defense? And I showed the whole video. I'm not going to show it again because they were, you know, pulling out their weapons and things like that. All right. So let's go ahead to our last topic, and that'll be it. Let me just go over this real quick. I got some video news, but I'll wait until tomorrow to tell you guys about that. So they was talking about the couple that we just saw the video on where they were doing bestiality and they had a child, you know what, in their phones and stuff like that. Anyway, let me tell y'all what's going on with them. So this is these two people right here. Let me show you what they look like. Okay. So Jordan Hoffman, 33, and his wife, who I believe was 27, they was arrested on August the 25th. They was arrested on August 25th on child, you know what, charges following a cyber tip received from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. They faced more than 50 charges. 35 of them involve sexual activities involving animals. They got 5 counts of possession of child, you know what, 8 counts of unlawful sexual activities involving animals. So LCPD detectives got a search warrant to check inside of his cell phone. Now, a forensic analyst of the phone turned up additional child, you know what, pictures and videos. And the investigation also showed that he shared some of the photos and videos with his wife. So let's see what else they got here. Okay, so that's all they got on that article. So let's see. Let me get into that. So I already showed y'all that video on that. I was trying to, let me see if I can find that actual article. I thought I had it on this phone so I can describe everything that they were doing real quick. Let's go over here and look at this one. So these weirdos, besides the child, you know what, and they also got kids that you heard in the other video. So let's see. I don't see no news. Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. So like that dude said, These two weirdos were engaging in sexual acts with a dog. When you saw the dog, yes, that was the dog, a Great Dane. Then they had pictures and videos of this. This is weird. So this is all the charges, okay? They got 5 counts of possession of child, you know what, and 8 counts of unlawful extra activities, including involving animals. Jordan faces 13 counts of possession of child, you know what, 5 counts of promoting extra performance by a child, and 35 counts of unlawful extra activities involving animals. And the woman, she got 5 counts of possession of child, you know what, and 8 counts of unlawful extra activities involving animals. These people are sick. They need to send them to a psychiatric ward, because why would you be doing all this stuff, period, to an animal? And I mean, what kind of weird obsession shit is this? It's nasty. So they are definitely where they need to be at if they still in jail, so they need to be at. So anyway, guys, that's gonna be it. I already showed y'all the video, so there's not much more to say about that weird shit right there. It's just that we got some weird people in this world that do some weird shit. You know, having X with a dog. Yes, and I didn't see. Let me see what happened to the dog. They didn't say. And get this, don't forget he's a firefighter. At least he was. So, I don't know what happened to the dog, but I'm pretty sure they just probably took the dog to protective custody or something. I don't know. Let me see. What time is it? Okay, yeah, let me hurry up. I don't know what happened to that dog. But I'm pretty sure they probably took the dog to the animal place until they get another home for the dog. They probably had to check him out and things like that. Hopefully they didn't put him to sleep or anything. And hopefully the dog is okay. These two weirdos are sick. That is crazy. And then they had child, you know what, too. So they were perverted in that and just all types of weird shit and got kids. So the kids probably got taken and put into custody of child, you know, the what's the name people, or either with other family members. Let's see what they say. I'm just looking over this and seeing. So anyway, if I find out, I'll let you guys know. All right. But that's plain ridiculous. Goodness. All right. So anyway, thanks so much for being here. Thanks to Jermaine, Tony Vance. People in the bushes, everybody who watches this in the replay, y'all don't forget to thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you can be notified of any upcoming videos. Make sure you share and leave a comment. All right. And if you want to show additional support for the channel, you can do a super sticker, super chat, or a cash app donation, $Shades2, or you can top yourself a membership for $4.99 per month. All right. Other than that, y'all, I'll see y'all tomorrow night for Fucking Friday. If I find out any more information on these this two weirdos who was having X with a dog and shit and got child, you know what stuff on their phones, I'll let you guys know. I'll look it up more in detail and let you guys know. And if I get any more updates on Kada Scott, I'll let you guys know about that. And what was the other story? Oh, the shootout at McDonald's. We already saw that. So the guy they said they believe he acted in self-defense. Okay, point blank. All right. Other than that, y'all, I did have some breaking news, but I'll tell y'all that tomorrow because I cannot stay on here all night. So I'll tell y'all all about this other stuff tomorrow, the Diddy news. I will tell y'all this real quick about the student loans forgiveness. Okay, they hold on, let me see real quick. I'll tell y'all this before I leave. Oh my God, let's see. So listen. Well, I'm trying to find the beginning of the daggone article. So they said servicers are sending some student loan borrowers some emails confirming their balances are being wiped out. Eligible people for the relief have completed their qualifying payments on the income-based repayment plan. So let's see. So these people will be eligible for student loan forgiveness. So the people who gave them the loans have basically zeroed out their balances and confirmed the forgiveness. So they say income-based repayment plans give borrowers monthly payments based on their income, with the promise of a loan forgiveness after 20 or 25 years, depending on when they first enrolled in the plan. An email from the Department of Education told eligible borrowers that their servicers would notify them when their discharges have been processed, and those notifications are now starting to trickle in. The emails are coming out after the department paused processes of IDRs applications earlier this summer due to ongoing litigation over income-driven repayment plans. So some people will be getting emails, and they should already got them starting yesterday if they are on a IDR, income, what is that called? Income, let me go see the name of that so I can give you all the right, the income-based repayment plan. All right. So let's see what else they got here. So some people who are on that plan started getting the email, I guess yesterday, and their student loans will be zeroed out and forgiven. Okay. So the thing is, this is not new though. I mean, when you do an income-based forgiving, what would you call it, forgiveness program, they already tell you that if you stay on that plan for 20 years, after 20 years, they forgive the student loan. So how's this new? So that's what that's for. It's not the other one. You know, the other one that they were trying to do where they were going to forgive student loans at one time. It's not that one. It's for the income-based forgiveness plan. And if you are under that, and I guess if you have been under that for the last 20 years, depending on when you sign up for the program, they are going to wipe your student loan zero. Okay. And people are still they don't understand this article. It's about the people who get the IB. What do you call that? The income-based repayment plan. That's what it really is called. Okay, and that's for people who are on that, and they have been on that for at least 20 to 25 years. After they've been on that for that long, they forgive those loans. Point blank. Right, those things, I was just reading somebody's reply. That's been written a long time ago. It's not new. Okay, but anyway, it's still good news for everybody who has been doing that plan for 20 to 25 years. You should be getting the email, and you won't have to worry about your student loans anymore. It will be forgiven. Now, if they can just do that to everybody who got a student loan, okay? You have the income-based repayment plan. That goes by your income if you got a student loan, and it have you paying a certain amount each month. Some people pay, zero. It just depends on how much you make. All right, and if you have been doing that for 20 to 25 years, that loan or those loans will be forgiven. Period. It'll be wiped out. Zero. That only applies to those type of people. And you should have gotten an email regarding that. All right, that's it. All right. And you can find out more about that if you go to, FAFSA, or go check out your student. If you have a student loan, go to your, the area. I forgot what the area is called on the internet. Go to, the FAFSA thing, FASID. I forgot what it's called. Go there, put in your passcode, all of that, and check out your loans. And you can find out more information on there, what type of repayment plan you have. And if you are on that same program. But if you are, you've been paying your loan for 20, 25 years, they should be sending you an email. All right, so that's it. And like I said, any other information, like the information about Suge Knight, what he said, like always, the information about Diddy, I'll tell you guys all of that tomorrow, which is later on today. All right, other than that, good night, y'all. Have a good night, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and take this down real quick first. All right, y'all, we are out of here. Once I find the daggone song, here it is. Good night, y'all. Peace. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment.
Yo, turn the lights down low and the drama up. She's late, she's loud, and she live. Woo! You already know who it is. Shay's too, baby. She back again. Crowd lit, 5 on 10. Shay walk in like we back again. News, tea, jokes and spins. She don't do small talk, she go in. From the headlines to the comment section, she call names with no correction. You tuned in, don't act brand new. It's late night, baby, she got that view. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I let me back again. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Look on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Popcorn ready, wig on alert. She dropped one line, and somebody hurt. Talk show queen with a side of roast. She run this thing from coast to coast. Late on purpose, still on time. She hit you with shade, then call it a rhyme. Talk smart, talk slick, talk flame. Say the name right, yeah, late night with Shay. Late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tube, press replay. You thought I left, nah, I'm back again. news, drama, laughs, whatever else you feel like. One mic, one queen. Late night with Shay. Shay's tool. She back again. It's late night with Shay. Yeah, she say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tool. Press replay. Now you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. It's late night with Shay. She say what she want and laughs all day. Live on Shay's tool. Press replay. And you thought I left, nah, I'm back again. Yeah.
Good night, y'all. I'll see y'all later on, okay?